Hey, Julia, welcome back. Welcome in, welcome back. Hey, Brooke Homer, welcome in, welcome back. Brooke Homer, how are you doing? We haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Julia, how was your week? Hey, Mexipina, welcome in. Hey, Teo, awesome, welcome in. You're up late tonight, yay. I'm doing really good. It's Friday. Next week is our last week of school, last week of work. Then I get a whole 2 months off. I'm excited. Next week at this time, we will have wrapped it up. Doing really good. Mexipina, how are you doing today? Yes, TGIF. Thank you so much for the TGIF. I really appreciate that. Doing good. All right, perfect. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We're just waiting for the room to get filled. Join the club. I thought I'd switch up the background tonight. Thank you so much for the gift. I really appreciate that. Taya, awesome. Thank you. The heart lead. Yay. I think we should try and go for, we tried for 100K during our last live. We were not successful. We were not successful. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna scale it back a little and we're gonna try for 50K tonight. 50K. See what we can do. See if we can get it. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We're just waiting for the room to get full. At least 20 people to start, or 10 minutes after the hour. Right now it's 9:08. Hey Bree, welcome in. Bree, how are you doing? How are the preschoolers doing? Did you guys do your our author spotlight on the caterpillar? We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We're just waiting for the room to get filled. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, and we will begin with the little critter. The little critter. I gotta find it. What can I do with them? Oh, they're over here. We started the little critter series. Oh, it is. I know we read it last for the last line. They're getting more and more energetic as the school year comes to an Yeah. That's so true. Ready for kindergarten. Ready for kindergarten. All right, let's go ahead and begin. Thank you so much for the 2.5K thousand likes so far. We haven't even read it. You guys are already have me over 1,000. Thank you so much. We're going to begin with Just a Little Critter collection. Yesterday, I read to you guys the third one. Let me see where we're at. I think I read to you guys When I Get Bigger. And then, is that how it went? Did I read to you guys When I Get Bigger? I can't remember. I'm a little off on our little critter series. When I Get Bigger. When I get bigger, I'll do lots of things. Bree, today I laid it on thick. I laid it on thick to all the kids because next Friday is promotion. I told them, guys, this is your last Friday, your last full Friday of the school year. And then we had a moment of silence. Oh, did I read it to the East Coast? Oh, okay. Thank you. I'll read the next one. I told them, this is your last Friday of your 8th grade career. Next Friday, I said, it's going to be promotion and then go home. I said, no more. After today, that's it. They all got sad. I loved it. And then throughout the day, as they were coming in to do their, they were doing their finals, because they get a couple days to do the finals. I said, hey, Jamie, welcome in. I told them, guys, you have to finish this today. There's no, I'll get it done next week. There's no, I'll wait till the semester. None of that. I said, you grab today, and then next week you only have one period, and that's it. The period, you're done. 8th grade is finished. You got to turn this in. Hey, Natalia. And they got it. I had one boy who got really emotional because he was feeling stressed. He got emotional because he's feeling the pressure. And I said, you're going to do good. I said, I need you to understand that this is it. You don't get, oh, I'm gonna do it over the weekend. No, we don't have that anymore. Yeah, it's super into your I loved it. They get it. All right, let's go ahead and let's read this one. All by myself. Yes, Jamie. Yeah. Just relax. I know. They need to feel that stress, though. I don't like doing it, but they need to feel it because they don't. They still want. They're still in the mindset that they have time. Like, oh, let's sit down and let's figure this out. And if you don't figure it out today, we'll have tomorrow to do it. No, because this is their final, and they should know everything. Not everything, but they should know how to put together an essay. So, yeah, it's definitely crunch time. All by myself. I can get out of bed all by myself. I can button my overalls. Yes, structure. I can brush my fur. I can put on my socks. And I can tie my shoes. He's pretty proud that he can do a lot of these things on his own. We're in the part of the Little Critter series where the little mouse and spider aren't hidden well yet. They're just kind of out there. I can pour some juice for my little sister and help her eat breakfast. Well, he can try and help his little sister. He made a mess. Even the little mouse has a little umbrella to cover himself from all the milk. I can pull a duck for her. I can drive my truck. I can ride my bike. I can give a drink to my bear. He's showing us all the things that he can do by himself. Pull a duck for her, drive my truck, ride my bike, give a drink to my bear. Now, we were saying too that this one, side-eye. Always a good side-eye on this one. Little did they know the side-eye was going to be really a thing. I can kick my ball and roll on the ground. I can pound with one hammer. And I can sail my boat. I'm pretty proud of him. He can do a lot of things on his own. Hey, Prince Harford, welcome in. If I had seen this as a child, I'd be wondering why the kid wasn't being yelled at. Right? Vico, welcome in, Vico. Hey, Prince Harford, welcome back. I can look after my little sister. He has a pinwheel. We have a pinwheel. Guys, remember we made pinwheels for our Project Wednesday? Pinwheels. I love when we can make connections with our books. Real life. I can help Dad trim a bush or ice a cake for Mom. He's getting a little too crazy with that one, though. He's a little too crazy. These are some things that he thinks he can do, but I don't really think he can. He's eating the icing more than he is helping out. I can look at a book and find a mouse. I can color a picture. Oh, I guess this might be the start. I can look at a book and find a mouse. I can color a picture. He's reminding us all the things he can do on his own. I can put away my toys and get into my pajamas. Put your toys away, put on your pajamas. I can brush my teeth. I can put myself to bed. But I can't go to sleep without a story. Aww. So I can brush his teeth. I can put myself to bed, but I can't go to sleep without a story. Isn't that sweet? Look at the little mouse in the shoe. He's already knocked out. Aww. Good night. The end. Just a little critter collection. Good way to start the live. A good way to start the live. Very easy, very simple, because sometimes our lives we get some very deep, meaningful children's literature books. This is always a good way to start. Very easy way to fly right in without having to think too much. All right, let's take a vote. 1 through 10. Those of you who are new, please join. We read Sunday through Friday, although our schedule's been a little bit off recently. But now that I'm going on summer break, I'm going to have double the energy for you guys. So get ready. Get ready. We'll be reading two books at a time. Let's vote on this one, 1 through 10. What did you think? 1 being 10 being yes. I really liked it. Jamie, you loved it? Love it. Taya, 10. Just relax. Yeah, lighthearted. Very true, just relax. Emotionally intense. Brooke Comer, 10 out of 10. All right, just relax. All right. Let me grab some tea. Tonight we're drinking pink peppercorn chamomile. Pink peppercorn chamomile. All right. We're going to look in the stacks. We did a library haul just recently. Let's take the bag. Let's see what we have inside the stacks. This is a good one. Some of you are very familiar with Jane Brett. Or Jan Brett, I'm sorry. Jan Brett. Jan Brett is a very good illustrator and storyteller. And she combines her illustrations with a story. Hedgie Blastoff. Hedgie. I want to make sure I'm saying that right. Hedgie Blastoff. And then look at the title is Glitter. It's a very shiny glitter. Hedgie, her illustrations are very detailed too. So you have to take the time to look at all the details. See what's going on here. We love a good chromatic green. We love a good chromatic green and page. Isn't that nice? I love a good chrome. Yeah, we all love glitter. We all love a good chrome too, a good chrome color. Look at that shininess. Isn't that beautiful? Jan Brett, she brings it. Hedgie blasts off. So before we get into the story, let's see who the characters are. The characters, they look like they're dogs. And then you have a possum here. A very detailed star, a very like a astronaut place, or and you got a rocket here. Oh, Hedgie as in hedgehog. My name is Hedgie, and I want to be an astronaut. I work at Star Lab on the cleanup crew. I've never flown a spaceship, but I take care of the Zeppa Doppler rocket for the professor, the smartest scientist on Earth. He's in charge of outer space. Star Lab. Hedgie. He wants to be an astronaut. He works on the cleanup crew. I've never flown a spaceship, but I take care of the Zeppa Doppler rocket for the professor, the smartest scientist on Earth. So we've established who Hedgie is and what his job is. Today when I got to work, the professor looked worried. Hedgie, we have a problem, he said. Big Sparkler is only sending up weak bursts of sparkles. If it stops altogether, there will be no more Big Sparkler and no more flowers. Big Sparkler is on the tiny planet of Mikop. Alien tourists love to fly over it to watch it erupt and take pictures of the strange flowers that depend on the sparkles for food. This is an emergency, Hedgie. Call the scientists to the lab. Okay, so a lot going on. We have a lot going on at the beginning of this story. So there's the smartest scientist, according to Hedgie. There's Hedgie looking over all the data. And let's kind of review what's happening here. Big Sparkler is only sending up weak bursts of sparkles. We love that already. If it stops altogether, there will be no more Big Sparkler and no more flowers. Big Sparkler is on the tiny planet of Mikop. Alien tourists love to fly over it to watch it erupt and take pictures of the strange flowers. So this must be the planet here. So this is a touristy planet. People go to see the volcano that erupts. And then, well, I'm assuming it's a volcano, and take pictures of the strange flowers that depend on the sparkles for food. A lot of detail. She gives us a lot of detail at the beginning. The scientists came in and the professor explained the problem. Big Sparkler is failing, he told them. We need to go to Mikop and find out what's wrong. I'd fly there if in the Zeppo Doppler, but it is too big to land on tiny Mikop. We need to build a rescue robot and a small rocket to go there. The scientists looked at the drawings on the blackboard and went to work. I tried to help. Okay, so he came up with a solution. We need to go to Mikop and find out what's wrong. I'd fly there in the Zeppo Doppler, but it's too big to land on tiny Mikop. We need to build a rescue robot and a small rocket to go there. The scientists looked at the drawings on the blackboard and went to work. So here are all the scientists, all the super smart dogs. And they're building the little tiny rocket. Look at all the details that she includes in her pictures. She's not just telling a story, she's illustrating it. Soon everything was ready for the launch. Reporters came to hear about the mission. The professor explained, "Big Sparkler isn't working properly," he said. "First, let me show you how it's supposed to work." He put a cork in a bottle and a fizzy water. "Pretend this is Big Sparkler." He shook and shook the bottle until the cork flew out and water soaked reporters. So that's his demonstration of what Big Sparkler is supposed to do. Some fizzy water, shook it, sprayed it all over the reporters. Pink flamingo, a parrot, an owl, a macaw, or a caw, or not a macaw, but a toucan. But now, Big Sparkler is sending up fewer and fewer sparkles. We think it must stop altogether. We think that it may stop altogether, the professor said. "How can you find out what's going on?" a reporter asked. "Meet Rescue Robot," the professor answered. He threw open the hatch to the rocket. The pilot's seat was empty. We looked all around the lab. No robot. Then I opened the door to the cleanup crew closet, and there he was, in sleeper mode, spikes jammed fast. Rescue Robot had probed too soon, gotten stuck, and crashed. So the rescue robot is supposed to be inside here. They open up the hatch and he's not in there. There's all the news reporters waiting for the big reveal. And they find out that he took off too soon, the rescue robot, and he's inside the closet. We looked all around the lab, no robot. Then I opened the door to the cleanup crew closet, and there he was in sleeper mode, spikes jammed fast. Rescue Robot had probed too soon, gotten stuck, and crashed. Millions of dollars down the drain. The reporters looked at the professor. The professor looked at me and at Rescue Robot. Then he whispered in my ear, "Hedgie, you are the only one who will fit into the rocket. How would you like to go to outer space?" I nodded my head yes. The professor turned to the reporters. "A little change of plans," he told them. "Meet Rescue Hedgie. No programming necessary." The professor looked at me. "Come back and tell us what you find, Hedgie, and we will fix the problem." So Hedgie gets elected to go into the robot, or into the rocket, to go up to fix the sparklers. Look at the dog. I love the details. Look at his little collar. He's got this little green pattern shirt, and you notice that it matches the sleeve. Yeah, the details on this, right, Brie? And then look at the details of Hedgie. And we even know what kind of jacket this is by the way it's illustrated. You know, it's got a lot of puffy insulation inside. Zoom! The tiny planet Meekop got larger and larger before my eyes. So there he is. He took off. He's going to planet Meekop. That's a really cool picture. These galaxies, planets, stars. The engines roared as the rocket settled onto Meekop's surface. I climbed out of the hatch. Big Sparkler's crater was in front of me. The flowers circling it had turned it into gray puffballs. Suddenly, I was startled by a low-flying saucer. It buzzed down just as Big Sparkler struggled to erupt. A thin stream of glittery sparkles sifted through the air and dusted the passing ships. The tourists inside shrieked and threw things out of their portholes and into the crater. This sounds like my kind of planet. Suddenly, I was startled by a low flying saucer. It buzzed down just as Big Sparkler struggled to erupt. Here's Big Sparkler right here. A thin stream of glittery sparkles sifted through the air and dusted the passing ship. We know what a good dusting of sparkles looks like. We know what a good dusting of sparkles looks like. Dust it. Dust it and trust it. Clink, clank, clunk. More squeals. Then I saw what was falling into the crater. Coins. I walked over and looked down. So that's what's wrong. Too many coins from all over the galaxy were filling up Big Sparkler. It needed to be cleaned out. So it wasn't able to erupt because the people that were visiting were throwing coins, just like in a wishing well. Yeah, we do, in dust we trust. Yes, very true, Ray. So all the flying visitors would throw coins in it, and that's what got it clogged. Isn't that funny? And then look at the aliens inside. They're the ones that are clogging up because they pass by and they throw coins in there. And look at his facial expression. Then I remembered the bottle of fizzy water and the cork. What if I became the cork for Big Sparkler? One small hedgehog might just be perfect for the job. I took a big jump before I was too scared. This cracks me up. This is so creative. So there he is in the Big Sparkler, and look at all the coins that have collected at the bottom. That's what's clogging the Big Sparkler, so we're not getting the big eruption. I landed in the opening and puffed up my prickles to stop it up completely. I told myself. Just hold fast with every prickle. I felt Big Sparkler pushing against me. The more it pushed, the tighter I held on. Hold fast, hold fast, hold fast. So there he is at the bottom, just trying to hold on amongst all the coins. Look at all the pretty coins in there. Kaboom! It finally exploded. Count to 3 and lift up. Oh, cute. 1, 2, 3. Kaboom! Big Sparkler erupted with a tremendous roar, and it flew up. Guys, look at the detail of this picture, and it has glitter included in it. The texture of it is a little rough, too. You got the coins. It finally erupted. There he is right at the top. Very creative. Dread Brat, she knows what she's doing. Let's look at that again. Kaboom! And landed in a soft pile of sparkles. Giant flowers came alive right before my eyes. So the explosion from the volcano would create these beautiful flowers. Look at those beautiful flowers. They have asparagus. Not asparagus, but Is that asparagus? No, asparagus is the thin one. Some flowers. Flowers. Yeah, that's a really cool page, Humbly. I raced back to the rocket and took off for home. I was making a victory orbit around Mikop when I saw the alien tourists. They were squealing with joy. Instead of throwing good luck coins into the big sparkler, they were trying to catch them flying through space. I hope it takes years for them to collect all the coins. So instead of directly throwing it into the big sparkler, they would catch the coins from the other aliens. Back at Star Lab, I was in for another surprise. I stood beside the professor and he said a few words to the reporters. Please meet our first hedgehog astronaut. The scientists at Star Lab proudly present Hedgie with the official astronaut star for his courage and cool thinking. I was an astronaut. So he saved the day. Hedgie saved the day. And look at the dogs. I love a good picture. The professor went on, Starlab is grateful to everyone who worked to save Mikop and Big Sparkler from astronaut First Class Hedgie to our new high-tech cleanup crew. 3 cheers for Hedgie. Hooray! He became the star of the show. Again, we love a good chrome. We love a good chrome color. Look at that green. The and Hedgie blasts off. Jan Brett always coming through. Jan Brett always coming through. This was a good one. This was a good one. We started the live. Hey, Anna, welcome in. Hey, Redhead Page, welcome in. We started the live with a little critter. 1. Then we went into Hedgie Blast Off 2. Let's take a vote in the comment section. If you enjoyed 1, put a 1. If you enjoyed 2, put a 2. You can't go wrong with a Jan Brett. Eventually we'll get to this Hedgie that we found at the library, the Jan Brett Christmas Treasury. Eventually we'll get to this one. You know it's going to be good. You know it's going to be really good. Natalia 2, Jamie 1, Bree 2, Lynn Maida 2. Natalia, how's your insomnia doing? I know you were feeling a little unsleepy earlier. All right. We are 2 books in, for those of you who are counting. We normally read about 4 books per night. We just did a library haul. We are going to take a little diversion. I found this one. It's not Halloween, but we're gonna do. I'm finally getting sleepy. 2 T's in. This is how. Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad that you found homeostasis. Only a witch can fly. It's not Halloween. We just did our halfway to Halloween on April 29th. This was one of the leftover titles that we didn't get to. So for those of you who are missing Halloween, isn't that great, Anna? I know, it really stands out. I'm on a really uncomfy mattress though since I'm sleeping. Oh, that's right, huh? Yeah, a good treat, Humbry. We love a good moon. It's Anna. Anna, we're on the same page. We love a good moon. We love a good moon in children's literature. Only a witch can fly. Hmm. Yes, it's definitely giving summer wing. We love it. We're already loving these illustrations. We're already loving these illustrations. Looks like they're coming back from getting a pumpkin. Everybody's dressed up. The little pumpkins already. There's a little black cat. Have to have a black cat in children's literature. The little tea kettle. Little tea kettle. Mom. If you were a young witch who had not if you were a young witch who had not flown, and the dark night sky held a round yellow moon, we gotta look at the details. We have to look at the details. Let's start over here on this side. There's Dad drinking some coffee on a sofa. We love this wallpaper here, or the wood paneling on the wall. You have this little orange lamp here. Love a good moon. There's the windowsill with the pumpkin. There's Mom. She's getting the little baby ready. Mm-hmm. Jamie, aren't the colors on this great? Greens and blacks, oranges. And then look at the flooring. The patterns. Dad's drinking his tea, the little tea kettle. And there's our little friend. She's probably the main character. She says, if you were a young witch who had not yet flown, and the dark night sky held a round yellow moon. Hey, John, welcome in. And the moon shone light on the silent broom, and the dark cat beside you purred sore, would you too begin to cry because of your longing to fly? Again, lots of details here. So she looks like this is her little brother here sleeping. They share a room together. A lot of their furniture is black. The black cat. Black chair. Greens and blacks. It's a good color combination with some pops of orange. Some pops of orange. The dark night around you fills with fly, and bright yellow moonlight shines down. Cat by your side purrs a gentle by, and owl stares up at a star so far. So she looks outside her window, her bedroom window, in the night sky. And she lives in a little village. She lives on a little farm. You got the cows and the horses grazing. You have the owls. Love a good moon. The night sky filled with stars. Your heart tells you now, and you walk to the door. Cat arches his back and croons. Soon. Oh, so I think this is her first outing on a broom. So she gets her stockings on. She has her black cat. She's got her broom. She gets suited up and then she heads outside. She woke her little brother up. You stroke dear cat and slip from your home in the woods by the fire. Cauldron and hat, brown velvet bat, the too small robe you once wore. So she's heading outside. She's heading outside to the night sky. You got a pumpkin here. Hey friends, okay. Let's see if somebody was with it. Hey Tanya, welcome in. We haven't seen you in a bit. Oh, Ronnie Grove, you can't sleep? Okay. Far above are the stars above. singing their faraway tune. But Black Cat beside you hums, poor you, poor, poor. So she gets on her broom for the first time, and then she's trying to fly away, but she's not off to a good start. Oh, you babies, that's fine. You have the baby and you have to work late. Are you at work right now or are you at home? How awful it is not to fly in the sky. She didn't do too good on her first attempt. She fell off the broom right into a pumpkin. User 345. User 345. We did a library haul last week, and I saw this one. We love a good Halloween book, but it's, we're in summer right now, spring summer. But I saw this one and I thought, I have to get this one. We'll reread it again during the Halloween season, but I thought it was such a good one. It's a good break sometimes. With the moon and the stars so high and the smoke rising up like a plume, Black Cat beside you. Look at the star and brown velvet bats. Echoes sigh. We have 5 people on YouTube tonight. How's everybody doing? Right now we're simultaneously streaming on TikTok as well as Instagram. We are reading children's literature. With the moon and the stars so high and the smoke rising up like a plume, Black Cat beside you cries, look at the star and brown velvet bats. Echoes sigh. So she's trying to cheer her up because she tried to do her first broomstick ride. She wasn't very successful. Let me see. Hey, Alexis Brown, welcome in. Alexis, my TikTok got hacked, so I need to use YouTube. Oh, no. Oh, okay, welcome in. You pick up the broom and you turn to the moon and you count. So she's going to give it a second try. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that black cat. Isn't that a good picture of a black cat? She looks a little bit more hopeful. She looks optimistic. And into the sky you soar. Yay! Look at her mom. She did good. Black Cat arches and sings, higher, high, and the dark hearth below is gone. Above you, the night birds circle and croon. Did you ever know you could fly so high? The top of the sky is so far. So far. Her first flight on her broom. She lives on a little farm. And I love how the illustrator decided to use black and green. Blacks and greens to illustrate with some pops of brown in the back. Really does show the details and the silhouette. The moon trails fire through a reservoir, and you are earthbound no more. Who could have known it was such a big sky? Bat and owl below wave bye-bye, and cat calls a velvet song to the moon. And you have flown. You have flown. Yay! So she's way up in the sky now. There's her little village. There's the little village. And she's floating over the midnight sky with the moon. And look at the moon cascading, the moonlight cascading along this river here. Cascading. Hold tight to your broom and float past the stars, and turn to the heavens and soar, for only a witch can fly past the moon. Isn't that a good picture? Isn't that a good way to end this book? Only a witch can fly. So she's on her first journey, and her family, they're really happy for her. They're really happy for her, and they're cheering her on because she did such a good job. The and only a witch can fly. This was a good one. This was a good, even though we're in spring, summer, this is a good kind of catch, or a kind of callback to Halloween. We'll revisit this one again during the Halloween season. All right, let's take a vote. We started with the Critter series. John, doing really good. It's Friday. Our last full day. Next week we have Monday off, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday our minimum day. We get out at 12 because of finals, and then Friday is promotion. Little Critter 1, Hedgie blasts off to Jan Brett, and then only a witch can fly. Let's take a vote. What are you guys thinking? I think I'm gonna go with this one. I think I'm gonna go with number 3. I really enjoyed that one. Thank you so much, John. Yes. Last days, we had the graduates come from the local high school. The seniors who are graduating, they came and they did a walk around the campus. The kids got to see that. It was really nice. Lynn Media 2, Jamie 3. What else are we feeling? Is everybody sleeping tonight? We've got 35 people in here. Is everybody sleeping? Yes, then vacation. I am so ready, John. I'm ready to put my brain on hold for 2 months. And then I want to focus more on my lives. So get ready. Because all of that energy that I expel during the day at school, it's all going to be put into my lives. I was telling you guys earlier that possibly might be reading 2 books at a time. That's how much energy I'm gonna have. Are you going anywhere special over summer? Jamie, last week of June, the 23rd, and the first week of July, I'm going to Croatia. I'm flying into Slovenia, and then I'm gonna make my way along the coast. I'm going to visit Split and Dubrovnik. Split and Dubrovnik are the areas where they filmed Game of Thrones. And it's a beach town. They're beach towns. So I'm going to be on the coast on a boat. I definitely will, John. You know I'm going to make some posts, so you got to keep an eye on my posts, because I always like to film everything that I do. I'm really excited for this one day. I purchased this. It's a 10-hour boat ride when I get to Croatia. It's a 10-hour boat ride, a party boat. Gonna be people on that boat. It's gonna be a big one. They're gonna have drinks, and we're gonna be doing island hopping, and then stopping in the middle of the water, jumping in, swimming in those crystal blue waters. Cannot wait. Oh, you're going to the Bahamas next summer, John? That's gonna be really fun. Thank you so much, Bobby. I appreciate that. Yeah, Bahamas are going to be really nice. The waters over there are gorgeous. Yeah, but I need to let go of the energy of the school year. Usually the first week I spend at home, and I try to expel all the energy. I expel all the energy of the people, the public that I have taken in. All the energy that has gotten into the cellular level, and I expel it. Expel it. Yes, the sand is wet. Bobby, I'm going by myself. It's a solo trip. Expel it. And then once I've expelled it, then I can go out into the world and function again. All right, let's look into the stacks. Mr. Complain takes the train. Mr. Complain takes the train. We love a good cobalt blue. We love a good, it kind of matches our theme tonight. We love a good cobalt. All aboard! This train is loud. Chug, 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 chug. Mr. Complain. This train is loud. Next stop, Loop-de-Loop Station. Hoo-hoo-hoo. It's too happy in here. He gets on and he's like, ugh, it's too happy in here. Goodbye, boo-hoo. It's too sad out there. Chug, chug, chug. It's too loud inside and too happy inside and too sad out there. Look at how angry he looks. Tickets, please. Are you enjoying your vacation? Don't worry, we can squeeze it below here. My luggage won't fit above. So there he is trying to get his luggage on. Tanya, how many chugs before choo-choo, right? Chug, chug, choo-choo. Now my seat is lumpy. Don't worry, Mr. Complain. We will find you a better place to sit on the train. Oh, look at the turtle sleeping at the bottom there. Better? Not too bubbly. No, too bubbly. Too prickly. Don't worry, there's lots of room in the dining car. Too piggly. Too hee-hee. Stop that. This train is too crowded. Now, this is more like it. Time for everyone to buckle up. He finally found his place in the, where you eat. Buckle up. Care for some tea? The sandwiches are sliding and the dessert tray is tumbling. Don't worry, we level out when we cross the bridge. Uh-oh. Looks like they totally went upside down. What happened? The bridge is too high. Don't worry, we're headed downhill. I love the illustrations in this book. I love the reds on this one. Oh no. This train is too fast. Don't worry, we will slow down when we go through the tunnel. I gotta keep... It's too dark. Don't worry, we have almost arrived at the diamond mine. It's too bright. Don't worry, there's no diamonds in the volcano. Mr. Complain, he's complaining about everything. Hey, Dartini, welcome in. It looks like they're in a diamond mine. And they see the diamonds here. Now it's too hot. Don't worry, things are about to cool off. How did they end up? Oh, they're right in the middle of the volcano underneath. He comes chugging out. There's water everywhere. Don't worry, Mr. Complain. The wind from Loop-de-Loop will soon dry off the train. What Loop-de-Loop? They got water. This is where the train is headed. Now they're all upside down. Don't worry, there's only 3 loops left to go. How are you, Mr. Complain? I'm going to say a word I have never said before. Turn the next page, right side up. So they're upside down going into that loop-de-loop. Let's make sure we're on the right side here. Yahoo! He loved that. He's going to say a word he's never said before. Yahoo! He's really happy about that. Thank you for riding with us, Mr. Complain. You have reached your destination. Welcome to Dolesville. That's where Mr. Complain's going, to Dolesville. On second thought, may I remain on the train? Of course, all aboard. Aw, he changed his mind. He's no longer Mr. Complain. He had a good time. Now, this is a good vacation. Aw. They're in the caboose. The end. Mr. Complain takes the train. It's a good way to end the live. A good way to end the live. He was very upset. He was complaining a lot. But then in the end, he came through. In the end, he came through. All right, let's take our final vote. That was a cute one, right, Jamie? I agree. Let's take the final vote. We started with the Just a Little Critter Collection 1. Then we read A Good Jan Brett, Hedgie Blasts Off 2. Then we diverted into Halloween for just a minute. Only a Witch Can Fly. And then we just finished with Mr. Complain Takes the Train. Let's take a vote. 1, 2, 3, and 4. John, 10 out of 10. Jamie, 3. Lynn, 4. Anna, 3 and 4. Yeah, the Little Critters one was a really good one. Little Critters was a really good one. He was doing things all by himself. Let me put the Little Critters over here. Bree, 3. Tanya, 4. Okay. We had a good collection tonight. You guys had some good titles tonight. Maybe 2 out of 3. Or 2 out of 4 good titles tonight. The Jan Brett one was really good. Alrighty, friends. Thank you so much for the 17K 1,000 likes. We need to put up our blossom. We're going to continue decorating our tree in the back. We take our spray, dash it with some glitter from Rust-Oleum. Tanya, we are working on that this weekend. I got super busy last weekend. I was supposed to get it then. Got super busy over the weekend. Wasn't able to do it. So this weekend, last week I only had Saturday open. I really want to do a research on the tanks because I want to get, the tanks are about, 5-gallon tanks are about $50. So I'm trying to find something a little cheaper, maybe a used one. So I'm going to go to the Goodwill and see if there's any used fish tanks. That way we can have a tank for our fish. I'm hoping to find too a little stand. I'm hoping to find a little stand too. That way we can put maybe like one of those pillars. If I can find a pillar, we could put the fish tank, especially if it's round. We can put the fish tank right here in this space. And then we can have our little fish. We can see our fish as we're reading. So I want to look for a pillar too, a really cheap one. Nothing, at Target, sometimes they have right now the gardening sections. If I go to the gardening sections like at Target or Home Depot, I could probably find something very sturdy though. But since I'm on vacation and I'll be home, I'll be able to keep an eye on the fish. Because if I know these cats, they're gonna get crazy. They're gonna get crazy. Mm-hmm. John, mid-June. I'm thinking of taking this all the way until I go on vacation, and then when I come back from vacation in July, we'll have the palm tree. We're gonna do a palm tree. We're gonna take the tent out. We're gonna put the palm tree here, and then we'll have a beach scene, some water, crystal clear waters, and we'll do a beach thing. And then that'll take us into fall. That's gonna take us into fall. I haven't done my research yet, but hold on, guys. I have to verify this. Give me one second. I have to find out what the start date of fall is, because I think it's in September. Yes, they're gonna go by really quick. So when we find out what the date of fall is, when fall actually starts, from that day before we'll do fall themes. We'll get a fall tree with some fall leaves. And then once fall has hit, then we'll move into Halloween. It goes by really fast, guys. In September, this live will turn 1 year old. Yeah, Tanya, it's a little bit too early because we're just starting summer. But by the time August rolls around, some of us are kind of burned out on the heat and we're thinking of cool weather again. And I always think about the last 2 weeks of August. The last 2 weeks of August, I always feel the internal shift. Like I feel something shift out in the sky where I feel like fall is coming. Before you know it, we only have 1 week left of May. And then June and July. And then by August, we got to start thinking about fall. We're going to do, I think it's sometime in July is the midway point to Christmas. Oh, hey, Long Island, New York. Welcome in. It's what? 1 o'clock over there, 1:08. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we're gonna do in July, we're gonna do our Christmas, the midway point to Christmas. So we'll do a Christmas theme day, just like we did with Halloween. We did the halfway point to Halloween on April 29th. We read some Halloween books, so that was fun. Alrighty, friends, thank you so much for the 18K 1,000 likes. I'm a little tired. My eyes are getting heavy. Cats are here around me. They're telling me it's time for bed. Oh, the project for Wednesday, Tanya? Fireflies. Fireflies. We're going to use these to make our fireflies. We're going to get some of those neon sticks, the ones that you wrap around like a bracelet. We're going to put them in here. We'll put the little feet here, the little face, and then they'll glow. We'll replace them. Especially during the 4th of July, they sell those a lot. So we'll get a lot of them. And we'll put them in, and then we'll hang them up here. And they'll be little fireflies glowing in the night. User, we're on the West Coast. Thank you for all. Oh, you're welcome, John. I really appreciate that. User 3453, we're on the West Coast. I'm in California right now, Southern California. It's 10:10 right now. This is the West Coast feed. We had the East Coast feed. It started at 10 o'clock here, guys, this time. This is the West Coast view. Alrighty, friends, have yourselves a good night. We will see you on Sunday night for the Sunday Night Scaries. Have a good night, everybody.